team that just scored. Their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one into momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready? Hey, bro, 80.
Yeah, let's go set one.
12.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, easy, easy. Hey, Alpha. Hey, here you go.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing Rivers. It's complete to Williams. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 42 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 23.
49, check 49.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Kill, kill, kill.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Third and 7.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Back to you. Check safety, check safety.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Boom, boom.
The toss play to Montgomery. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Get up! 180!
49 the money. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
That's how we go, fellas.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 3.
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Chargers 7, Bears 6.
Mike, get up! 180!
Get a long day for you. Watch the eye. Check 26, check 26. Jump.
Alert, 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 alert!
On third down, they go Montgomery. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Check 37, check 37.
Check! Hands up!
Hop, hop.
Montgomery. Push, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
Well, without a doubt, all credit's got to go to the runner. Found his way into the end zone, but the defensive guys just not wrapping up well when they try to tackle him.
And that's the thing. You've got to wrap up. A lot of times these days you see guys, they just want to go as hard as they can and throw their body at somebody. That's not old school football, though.
No, old school football is fundamentals. Wrapping up, locking your hands, and trying to get him on the ground.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
13, Chargers 7. Pat O'Donnell, the kickoff for Chicago.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
First down, Chargers.
First down, Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studio. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Check 52.
To throw, Rivers. Complete, Hunter Henry with a grab. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Second and 12 at the 18-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Watch block, motion, block.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
This time they stay on the ground. Got some room at the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
At the 34-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Right. He's down right here. He's down on the right.
Now Trubisky. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. That was signaling a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Mike 58, right there. Let's go, D.
Alert!
On first down, Trubisky looking deep for Gabriel. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taylor Gabriel in the final seconds of the first half as the Bears push further out in front.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
O'Donnell, the kickoff for Chicago.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big.
diamond. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and off we go from Soldier Field. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Stop! 180!
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's complete to the tight end, Broniker. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
I got you. Shift.
Hey, ball. Ran, touch.
48 to Mike.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
48.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A Chicago first down. The former Jag, Allen Robinson, on the catch from Trubisky.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone, you got 4 down.
First down, a run with Cohen. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 57 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. First carry now for Justice Hill. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing is Jackson. To the right side and complete to Hurst. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready?
50 seconds to Mike.
In your face.
Kill, 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 kill. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Banjo, 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 banjo.
Hey, 18.
On 1st down, it's Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check 9, check 3.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Alert, 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 alert.
48's the Mike. Ready? 48, 48's Mike. 48's Mike.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball.
Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll run forward Montgomery. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you get all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You can't block me.
From the gun, Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Jackson on first down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Khalil Mack just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. To try again after the sack. Jackson stepping up. He'll try and run. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
59, 59.
and 2. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
First down, Ravens.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Again, Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Jackson now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. Quit talking about it and bring it. 50.
And Jackson throwing once more. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. To throw again on second down. Jackson, they go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Yeah.
To throw again, Jackson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. There defensively was Buster screen to knock it away. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Go.
Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Watch the run.
Hey.
58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. 3 buzz.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP, Coach of the Year. John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill, no surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most, the credence isn't the right word, the most attention to, and the one that they want trumpeted the most. That's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, because that represents the totality of a player in the NFL, not just what they do on the field, but off the field as well. And that goes to Calais Campbell, the defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars. What a great award. Congratulations, Calais.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's get it right.
Now it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Right here. He's checking crap.
After the interception, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Kill.
Here's Jackson, throwing again, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59.
They're going to try and throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Breathe, defense.
Mike, check. 59.
To throw again is Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
57. I got you, punk. Big air.
Hey, ball.
They'll run on 1st down. Montgomery busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Sit up. 180.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Tighten up.
Alert.
Alert flare.
Hey, alert.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Lock in.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On first down, it's Montgomery. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jackson to throw again. That one complete to Hill. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hey, 58. Oh, you got D? 58,
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Check tight, check tight, check tight. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Fourth down, here's Jackson being chased out left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from Soldier Field.
Cooking up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. Cooking up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boys than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I
can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum, all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop, you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up. Greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. And we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, it's a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Hit the hit with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Took me so long getting back to my right mind.